Welcome back to SwitchCorner, my name is Alex and today we're taking a look at my favourite puzzle games on the Nintendo Switch. It's my personal top 20 and as always, an extremely tough list to make. Let me know in the comments down below though what you would add or remove, and with that, hit subscribe if you love the Switch, as much as we will do here. Join our growing family and let's get started. So to preface the video today, I've not included puzzle platformers that will be getting its own list here on the channel, so think No Unravel 2, Limbo and so on. I've then pinned any reviews of the games I've covered in today's list in the pinned comment down below. Lego Builder's Journey then was a 2021 release that I absolutely adored. It takes Lego and it does something very different with it. It throws you into a world of isometric platforms and it asks you to navigate them by piecing this world now together. It's got this theme to it of an adult guiding someone through the world, passing on their wisdom, and I really thought it was something special. Visually then it's stunning as well, incredibly clean, but throw this on an OLED and it absolutely pops. Rarely does a LEGO game then address themes of love, loss, struggle, and just the monotony of life, and that's exactly what we get here. It's not a long game, but it has been expanded for this Switch release, and overall just incredibly well done. The Talos Principle then may be one of the hardest games on today's list, a first-person puzzle game in the tradition of philosophical science fiction. Weirdly as well, it comes from the creators of the Serious Sam series, which just always surprised me. I guess it's just kind of a major departure from what I know of that team. Here though, we're controlling a sentient artificial intelligence and we need to now solve increasingly challenging puzzles. It ties it all into the meaning of what is a doomed world. Here though, expect 120 puzzles, a non-linear design, and just some great visuals as well. I think it is well worth a look. I even picked up a physical release of this one. Kato then is another one where I parted with the cash, added it to the physical library. It's got a great visual style to it all, which gives it a more relaxed tone and pacing. It definitely worked for me in that sense. Here though, you've been separated from your grandma during a storm. You'll be using cartography powers to now reunite. Basically change the map and the world around you to shape your progression. It's around 6 hours for its runtime, but I like the story and the cast packed in here, and yeah, it's just great in handheld too. The clean visual design, it always pops on the smaller screen. The Gardens Between then is another one with a fantastic story, another physical release in my library as well. It's definitely bite-sized in scale, you can wrap it in maybe a few hours, but the story here contained is stunning. Two friends, they embark on this emotional journey to examine their friendship and what they must, always cherish, but also then what they must let go of. The gameplay is unique though, you're not controlling the characters but time, which in turn manipulates this world and allows them to progress. It's won a ton of awards though, praise is just constantly thrown its way, and it's with very good reason. World of Goo then released way back in 2017. It's a physics-based construction game. The concept's really simple, honestly. Drag and drop these globs of goo to create structures. Along the way though, you'll unlock things like new abilities, and the levels, they really do bring some challenge. Not a huge amount else I can add to this one, honestly. It's well worth a look and it is highly regarded. Just talking about it in fact makes me want to pick it up again. It's definitely been a while. Superliminal now is a surreal puzzle experience. It packs in this fantastic and almost creepy at times world. This one, it plays out in a first-person perspective and it finds you falling asleep in front of your TV as you're dozing off. A commercial plays for what is dream therapy. You essentially decide to take part. You're then thrown into a dream state and you're trapped in a loop. You're looking to escape now with the guidance of a doctor. What follows then is a set of puzzles based around force perspective and optical illusions. It's incredibly well done. For example, hold a toy house far away, it becomes tiny. Hold it close and now it will fill the room around you. The work that must have went in still amazes me, and there's few experiences I can name like it. As I said as well, something sinister at times, but there's always something out there watching you. Donut County then is for those that want something just a little bit more relaxed as physics puzzle experiences go. It's bite-sized in runtime, but it packs a ton of charm, and I've found more than enough reasons to revisit it now a few times since release. The core concept: you control a remote-controlled hole, and you move from location to location, swallowing this world up. It's never challenging, this one, but still incredibly satisfying. The real winner though, it's gotta be the story. Raccoons, they've taken over this town with these remote control holes, and you play as BK, a raccoon who has basically hurt his friends and town, throwing them into darkness, all to win some prizes. It's good stuff, there's some great moments in here, and it's all just super chill. The last campfire then came from the team behind No Man's Sky, where that was epic in scale with a ton of expectations behind it. This was the complete opposite, and they were no doubt thankful for that given all the controversy that surrounded No Man's Sky at launch. This game is fantastic though, blending a whole lot of puzzles with an adventure sense to its progression. Story-wise though, you are a lost ember trapped in this world looking for a meaning and way home. It's a whole lot of exploration alongside environmental style puzzles. Stunning visuals and music as well, and the world, it's just seriously creative, especially on a character front. The only disappointment, they went with an unlocked frame rate that definitely wobbles. They should have just locked it out at 30 in my opinion. 60 just isn't needed. Manifold Garden then, it's probably one of my favourite visually on today's list. It's built around the idea of infinity and impossible architecture. Taking place from a first-person viewpoint, this one, it's all about navigating the world and understanding how can I leverage this world to my advantage, like let's say jump from a ledge and fall into infinity, gradually moving closer and closer to a location you need. It gets complicated though, and it also at points can honestly be a little nauseating with these structures all around you, but it is challenging. It has some incredible ideas, and it's unique, which is always a winner. It also has a soundtrack I enjoyed so much that I picked it up on vinyl thanks to a release from I Am 8-Bit. Part-Time UFO then released on the Nintendo Switch towards the end of 2020 during a direct, and it went, I'd say, relatively overlooked even though reviews were so positive. A physics-based puzzle game where you play the title UFO, you've been tasked now with helping the people of Earth with jobs by basically stacking stuff. To figure out your goal then, interpret pictures and get to work. I loved the simplistic visual style though, it's definitely a little more challenging than it may sound. It packs local co-op support which dials up the difficulty to accommodate the extra hand in this world, or claw should I say, given that's what you pick stuff up with, and there's even high scores to chase. Good Job then was another Nintendo Direct drop at the beginning of 2020, and I really went into this one with low expectations. I'm not sure why, something just didn't appeal to me, but once I got hands on, I found the addiction in the formula. Here though, you are the clumsy child of a CEO, and you're out to climb the corporate ladder to do this, solve environmental puzzles. What I like with this one though, it just gives you a task and then gives you the freedom to explore and find different solutions, from cleaning up to connecting power sources, and it all works alongside what is a simplistic visual style with a slapstick sense of humour. Another one with high score chasing that had me exploring, and it supports local co-op as well. Shovel Knight Pocket Dungeon then is a new release, and it spurred today's video. Shovel Knight as a series has went from strength to strength. Yacht Club Games are a hell of a team, and they do not disappoint here again. Think a dungeon crawling spin on block matching gameplay, which sounds weird, I know, and it definitely is. It also though works. The concept, you're going to be attacking enemies from the series around you. If they are connected, it clears multiple, and you actually have a health bar that you need to manage as well because they also attack back. It's puzzling with health management essentially, and there's a ton of content here as well. It can even be played where you keep your progress on death, or with kind of roguelike rules if you want to dial up the challenge. Throw in then multiple characters who all work in different ways, and yeah, a real surprise and a great use of the license. That's kind of reflected today by it flying up my list of top puzzle games immediately. Return of the Obra Dinn then is a game I had this internal argument over. Is it a puzzle game or is it adventure? I know it's both, but where does it fit best? And I've decided to go with puzzle because if you do not enjoy the genre, do not come here. It's one large logical puzzle that's described as an insurance adventure with minimal colour. It's one of the few games on today's list as well with what I would call adult themes and challenge. Here though, in 1802, the merchant ship Obra Dinn is on a journey to the Orient with trade goods. It never arrives, lost at sea, then 5 years later it just kind of reappears. Now you are the insurance investigator looking into the damages. It's all about deduction, piecing this world together, and just kind of uncovering the truth. Probably doesn't need to be said either, but what a visual style this one has. Untitled Goose Game then is another genre crossover, but puzzles are at its heart, blended with some good old stealth style gameplay. You play here a horrible goose out to terrorise the locals in this village. The puzzle part of the gameplay here really comes down to overcoming objectives by manipulating the environment and those around you, so think steal someone's keys and distract them. It has a ton of charm though, the world's incredible, they added co-op support for free which was a great addition to things, and it's another one where I enjoyed the soundtrack and the game so much I picked up both the physical and the final soundtrack from I Am 8-Bit. It won a fair few awards as well, a key one being the BAFTA for Best Family and Social Game. Don't think it's going to be easy though, it's not, just the visuals kind of keep you locked in. Wilmot's Warehouse then is an underappreciated gem of a game, from its simple visual to its chilled out soundtrack. The idea as well, simple enough, you work in the title warehouse and each day deliveries with different items come in. You need to kind of organise the warehouse now, but remember where you stacked everything because there's actually a store where customers will place orders and you need to serve them, collect up those purchases and deliver them. It sounds simple, I know, but it gets manic. There's a timer between delivery and service phases, which is just panic-inducing. There's 500 possible items, and it has 2-player local co-op support, a mode I personally love. There's even then an expert mode, but honestly, the core mode was enough for me to appreciate the game's challenge. Starting the top 5 then with Baba Is You, a game where the concept is simple enough. Get from your starting point to a goal with obstacles ahead of you. Sounds simple, but the execution here is just incredible. The core idea though, create sentences that impact the world around you. 3-word sentences as per the title of the game. So to give you an example, flag is win means that's the goal. If it's not connected, go and connect it so you can get out of the level. Likewise then, the world might be full of grass. The sentence on screen says grass is stop. Move the word stop away and now you can traverse the grass. That idea is simple, the way it's delivered though is stunning. Watch a full review maybe, but things here, they escalate quickly, and don't let the simplistic visual design put you off. It's got a whole lot of charm. Lumines Remastered then is a classic, and it was absolutely worthy of this re-release. I picked up a physical release of this one as well. It's absolutely worthy of being added to the collection, and this, it's a HD remaster of the original game. The concept here though is simple but addictive, like the best out there. Here though, 2x2 blocks, they drop from the top of the screen. Now you need to colour match them. Matching them though creates solid blocks, and a line sweeps across the screen, clearing them in time to the beat of the music, meaning that tempo very much matters from stage to stage. It's all about high scores. It has 2-player local support as well, and the game, it's as famous for its house and techno soundtrack as it is the gameplay, and with good reason. Absolutely amazing stuff. In at number 3 then, Catherine Full Body. This one's adults only as it blends heavy narrative elements presented in this anime style with puzzle-based climbing, or at least that's how I would describe it. Story-wise, you play Vincent. You've been with your girlfriend now a long time. You kind of fear commitment. Now though, you find yourself unfaithful. In this world, those that are unfaithful are going to a place in their dreams that can kill them. It sounds strange, definitely is as well honestly, but in these nightmares you're tasked now with climbing blocks and avoiding what can only be described as evil humanoid sheep of sorts. That's how you see everyone else in this place with you. Climb though, figure out new obstacles, connect these blocks and make platforms, or at least of course die trying. My full review is in the pinned comment down below, though it's kind of a tough one to explain, but this Switch build, it's been expanded with a whole new character, and then it even packs in Persona characters as add-on content as well. It became such a cult hit as well, this one. It managed to find itself on the competitive fight scene, which is worth a watch on YouTube. I'll link that video down below. Grindstone then was so very close to the #1 spot this year, but just misses out for me thanks to a new 2021 release. Do not let the Apple Arcade history of this one put you off though, it's incredible, and it's a spin on the colour match formula. The idea though, you're ascending a mountain and you'll need to connect large chains of the same enemy type to wipe them out, clear this board. You'll also be racking up a score to progress. It even packs boss moments as well. The gameplay loop of course starts simple enough and gets more and more challenging from there, but where it's really unique, it almost has RPG sensibilities to it thanks to purchasable items, pickups and weapons. Here though, expect 200 plus levels, daily challenges, a killer soundtrack by Sam Webster, another one I picked up on Final, and yeah, it's a must play, it's a go-to for me in handhelds. Tetris Effect then I reviewed in 2021, it was my second ever 10 out of 10 video, the first being Ori and the Will of the Wisps. Over the last 4 years or so, I've racked up 366 reviews at time of recording, so do not think I give out 10 out of 10s easily here. In fact, doing the calculation, that's like 0.005% of the time. This is the reason though you've not seen Tetris 99 today or Puyo Puyo Tetris. I decided to pick just one, and this was the easy winner. The spin on Tetris here though is incredible. Adventure mode asks you to play Tetris with an incredible soundtrack and visual design. The connected in the name now found in that title is thanks to the addition of online multiplayer, which I'm absolutely addicted to. I've played it near nightly since release, it's kind of my go-to handheld game before bed, and then it builds on the tried and tested Tetris formula, meaning there's new mechanics in here like what's called the zone mechanic where you can stop time. It originally released on VR though, which I hear is incredible, it makes sense, the visuals are stunning, but Tetris, for me personally, it should always be handheld, and that's what makes the Nintendo Switch the perfect home for it. And that is my personal list. Let me know in the comments down below what I've missed, what you would remove, and most importantly, what you would be adding to that list. Naturally, I've not played every puzzle game on the Nintendo Switch, so I'm always looking for new recommendations. I'm excited to see them all. With that though, like a shout out to the patrons of the channel who are going above and beyond to support SwitchCorner. It helps more than you know, so thank you all so much. Then hit subscribe if you love the Switch, as much as we all do here. Join our growing family, and I'll see you all on the next video. Thanks everyone.